I mean, we have to look at the New Jersey Devils here. I mean, it's just they have to be the spot. I don't know why some of these forwards are so cheap. My favorite, I mean, I talked about Jack Hughes, but I think pairing Jack Hughes with Pavel Zacha here makes a ton of sense. Zacha's 3,400. I mean, we've seen him as high, like in the 5Ks this year. And yeah, he's going through a bit of a scoreless drought, but this is a player who will just show up with 5 shots on goal and a couple points, on a random night. And I mean, this isn't a random night either. We've got a really good matchup against the Arizona Coyotes. So I think Pavel Zacha at 3,400, like you pair him with Hughes. I mean, there's as much upside with that duo on the slate, anywhere on the slate, really, outside of maybe like, McKinnon's line. So really liking that. And I think you can even go to the other side of this game and target some cheap Arizona Coyotes. I'm not sure if you really need to do that, though, on this slate. I just think you take the New Jersey Devils forwards. Again, someone brought up Hersher as well. So I like Zacha. He's my favorite value here. I think for GPPs, pairing him and Hughes, there's just plenty of upside with really good price.
All right, AJ, where are you going for value?
Well, I don't think a lot of people are going to necessarily agree with me and be on the Rangers tonight in that matchup with the Leafs. So I think you can get Capo Caco at just 3K tonight. He's set to play on the first line for the Blue Shirts. Comes in then as a bit of a contrarian play. And look, the goals are still not quite there, but he's been showing some signs of life of late with 3 helpers in his last 5 games. And so I think you can start getting, again, that contrarian play for a cheap guy in a top 6 role, first line role, in fact, without having to break the bank in Kako.
All right, Paul, bring us home.
There are value plays in each of the games tonight for me. Andrei Burakovsky's thrived as Nazem Kadri's winger for much of this season, and he's on a very nice career best pace for 31 points in 34 games played. He's priced at only $4,800 despite this second line opportunity, and 11 points in his last 10 games. Michael Bunting has a pretty nice assignment in Toronto too these days. He's priced at $4,600, gets to play with Matthews and Marner now that Mitch is back in the lineup, and that's good news for his ownership. I don't think it'll be very high. And then Lawson Krause, talked about low ownership possibility. He's on a pretty nice tear in Arizona with 8 points in his last 10 games. He's playing alongside Phil Kessel, one of my favorites. AJ knows that.